So part of desire is the necessities of life. Now, what those are is not a straightforward thing to determine, because what you actually need has never been clear. You can bind it a bit. We know that if you don't have food for long enough, you'll die. And if you don't have water for even a shorter period, you'll die. And you die even faster if you don't have air. And so some of these things are relatively obvious, but some of them aren't so obvious at all. Like babies die without touch. We didn't figure that out until probably 40 or 50 years ago. Literally, like if you feed a baby and you take care of it and all that, you know, like you provide it with the so-called necessities of life, but you don't touch it, then it dies. So who would have guessed that? Not the Romanians. I mean, well, look, the thing is they didn't know. Like 100 years ago, in North American orphanages, in hospitals and so on, 120 years ago, if you were a baby and you were in a hospital and you were abandoned and you were under a year old, the probability that you'd die in the first year was basically 100%. You know, we got there a little earlier than the Romanians, but not that much. I mean, it's a dreadful fact, and you know, there's other basic needs too that you wouldn't think of as basic. Play appears to be a basic need as well. So there's a circuit. You have a circuit for play, and the utilization of that circuit it's an unbelievably important circuit, which is why we suppress it constantly in our schools, and it's really what helps children become moral. And that's partly why I started this lecture with a story about a game.